The National Honor Society is a club based around the community. Every year they have an induction ceremony that takes a lot of preparation ahead of time to set up. This year's induction took place on May 1st, 2024.
The induction ceremony takes a lot of preparation. We first have to work with Mr. Osgard, the athletic director, and then as well as our director for the Lunda Theater in order to get a date picked and set. And then the whole selection process has to happen, and once that happens, we have to have each of our National Honor Society members pick who they're going to induct. They each have to write a little speech about that person and what they're involved in, and send it to me so we can create a script. And then our officers also play a really, really large role talking about the 4 different pillars during the induction ceremony. And so I have to have meetings with all of them to prepare those speeches, make sure we all know what everybody's talking about, and all of that.
The NHS induction ceremony is a big deal. It's important because everyone that's new to the club, it's a really special moment. And so we try to make it as special for everyone as possible. So there's a lot of planning that goes into it, especially with writing the script so that everyone can have their proper recognition.
Getting into NHS was a lengthy process, and not everyone gets into it that applies.
In order to get into NHS, I had to write an essay about a time I helped with the community and how it changed me and impacted me. And I had to fill out the application, which was like how many volunteer hours I had and what all I'm involved in the school. I feel good about being one of the only people getting in because I worked really hard for it, and it gives me a sense of pride in myself.
During the induction, there is a special way each senior gets recognized for the time they've spent in this club.
So our seniors in the years that they're in NHS put in a lot of work. It's a very prestigious club. It is exclusive because of the way that you get into it with the long application process and the required GPA and everything. And so we really like to make sure our seniors feel special at the end of their year as they're coming up to graduation. And so they get to wear a white stole or collar at the graduation ceremony, and we honor them by calling each senior's name, having them come up to the stage, and I take the time to place the collar on around each of their necks as they do that, and so that's just kind of what we do.
It is pretty sentimental for the seniors, so each senior gets a collar that we can wear at graduation, and it's kind of a good keepsake to remember the club that we're coming from. So we all each get a recognition as we walk across the stage to receive those.